In addition to that, she articulated her earnest wish for me to always feel entirely at ease in disclosing every nuance and layer of my multifaceted self to her, free from any apprehension of backlash. She bore no ill will or frustration regarding my prior reticence. Her sole lament was that I hadn't extended my trust sooner, allowing us to embark on this journey collaboratively from the outset. That degree of unfiltered sincerity from her only served to heighten my profound appreciation and affection for her, motivating me to pledge full transparency in our partnership henceforth, ensuring no undisclosed elements lingered between us. Consequently, from that defining moment onward, tights have discreetly accompanied me beneath my formal business suits during professional engagements at the office, layered under my relaxed clothing during evening unwind sessions at home, and on certain nights, even as a comforting companion beneath a sumptuous, enveloping robe that amplifies the overall tranquility of rest. This integration has merely solidified itself as an indispensable aspect of my core identity, as natural and essential as any other habit, where I continually derive satisfaction from the nurturing comfort they provide, the exquisite tenderness that caresses my skin, and the tranquil self-confidence that subtly empowers my every action and decision. Indeed, I've nurtured a sincere, enduring love for the tactile experience of tights alongside a broader array of plush, silken textiles that evoke comparable sensations of luxury and peace. And all of this growth and acceptance is attributable to Lila, who has freed me from the constraints of concealment, enabling me to live this truth openly without apology or fear. Together, Lila and I have set out on multiple dedicated shopping expeditions over the years, progressively expanding our assortment until it brimmed across 5 specialized drawers overflowing with tights, ergonomically designed undergarments for optimal comfort, and a varied selection of soft, ladylike garments that introduce diversity and thrill to my personal expressions. Envision items such as shimmering underskirts that glide smoothly, ventilated pajama ensembles ideal for repose, abbreviated nightrobes that lend a playful lightness, and even a pair of contouring pieces for those instances when a more sculpted form feels desirable. Lila seemed to derive authentic enjoyment from the entire procurement process, equaling my zeal with her own, converting what might have remained individual pursuits into collaborative escapades that fortified our union. Roughly 2.5 years into this illuminating stage of our marriage, nevertheless, the interplay between us commenced a gradual evolution in unanticipated directions. Lila's preliminary ardor appeared to diminish sporadically, her involvement tapering subtly, and one significant evening, she broached a dialogue that would fundamentally reshape our trajectory, incorporating facets I hadn't foreseen. She conveyed that my habitual incorporation of these treasured items into routine existence had unintentionally eroded the foundational emotional fervor and novelty that had initially ignited our mutual delight. Lien, it appears to me that you've integrated these beloved elements so thoroughly into your daily patterns that the deep-seated thrill and emotional resonance we once shared has begun to wane into familiarity, she expressed with a compassionate, measured voice that underscored the gravity of her observation. If our relationship holds true importance for you, I'd appreciate it if you'd be open to experimenting with an approach that I firmly believe could revitalize our closeness and draw us nearer than ever before. Without any delay, fueled by my profound care and reliance on her judgment, I answered promptly, "Of course, my dear. What precisely do you envision for me to undertake?" She presented a gentle, affectionate smile, her gaze brimming with warmth and resolve. "Can you hark back to the intense exhilaration and heightened self-assurance that surged through you during that inaugural moment when you first enveloped yourself in my tights, that electric rush of discovery and empowerment?" "Yes, it's as vivid in my recollection as if it occurred mere moments ago." "Well, I perceive that the original enchantment has gradually diminished over time, and I'm keen on us collaboratively infusing some renewed vigor and excitement back into our shared experiences," she proposed thoughtfully. "I'm intrigued and open. What's the specific concept you have in mind?" "Lien, my love, I aspire to guide you in plunging even more profoundly into this underexplored dimension of your essence. I'd be thrilled to style you comprehensively from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes, presenting you as my intimate companion for a duration of several days, allowing for a thorough immersion. I foresee it as a pleasurable escapade that benefits us both, affording you the chance to encounter fresh sensations and viewpoints that could broaden your horizons. I was completely taken aback, my thoughts swirling as I processed the boldness of her suggestion. I'm uncertain about this, Lila. While the notion of adorning more elaborately resonates with me personally, I'm concerned about how it might influence your view of me, witnessing me in such an all-encompassing manner. She replied with a kind, comforting chuckle that helped alleviate some of my unease. There's absolutely no cause for worry whatsoever. I've already observed you in tights, underskirts, flowing robes, and even elevated footwear on various occasions throughout our time together. Incorporating something like a frock and a subtle application of cosmetics merely represents a logical extension, not a monumental shift. Her resolute backing touched me profoundly, reinforcing the solidity of our partnership. I consented to move forward, even as residual jitters lingered in my mind. She could perceive the immense value this held for me, and she softly encouraged me to immerse myself completely, without reservations. Accordingly, on Wednesday morning, I attended to my professional duties as customary, but I proactively scheduled the ensuing Tuesday off to prolong our period into a lavish 6-day interlude free from obligations. Lila exuded joy, her demeanor alive with eagerness as she embarked on a targeted purchasing outing that afternoon to procure all the essentials. When I arrived home later that evening, I was met with the sight of 12 substantial shopping parcels dispersed throughout our bedroom, each containing treasures awaiting discovery. She methodically reconfigured my storage units, allocating specific zones for her recent purchases, while I contributed by neatly organizing my prior clothing into durable crates bound for attic storage, paving the way for this emerging phase. She even restructured my wardrobe comprehensively, designating generous areas for hanging dresses and coordinated sets, and precisely aligning 7 pairs of chic heels along the floor in an orderly fashion that demonstrated her meticulous planning. The next morning, amid our relaxed breakfast ritual, I greeted her feeling invigorated from a comprehensive cleanse, attired in a tender violet relaxation outfit layered over my tights and my preferred indoor footwear that offered supreme comfort. Well, my dear, are you thoroughly geared up for this all-encompassing metamorphosis we've been eagerly discussing? She queried with an inviting warmth. I'm a mix of apprehension and anticipation, but I'm committed. What initial steps do you have in mind for me? I answered, blending excitement with caution. Since you're pristinely refreshed, thoroughly cleansed, and delicately scented with powder for that added smoothness and freshness, let's commence with assembling your daytime presentation. I've curated a selection of pieces and positioned them for you. Don them at your pace, and alert me once you're prepared for the next phase. I proceeded to detach the pristine labels from a novel midnight lace support structure and its harmonizing intimates, then delicately unsealed a brand new bundle of translucent midnight tights, taking a moment to appreciate the quality before proceeding. Once fully attired in this base layer, I called out to Lila with a blend of nervousness and curiosity. She strode in with a beaming expression full of genuine affection and delight. That arrangement appears utterly charming and fitting on you, Lee. Then, with a twinkle of mischief, she extended a modest container toward me. Upon lifting the lid, I uncovered 2 lifelike gel forms, similar to those employed by individuals recuperating from surgical interventions to reclaim their contours. Lila, these undoubtedly carried a hefty price tag. What inspired you to invest in them? I inquired, moved by the consideration. My love, my aim is for you to not only visually embody but also internally experience a total sense of delicacy and femininity across every aspect. You truly merit this immersive opportunity, free from any compromises, she elaborated with sincere conviction. I carefully nestled them into the allocated sections of the support, and right away, they imparted a convincing realism that caught me off guard. The additional mass and the mild gravitational tug presented novel bodily feedbacks that would necessitate an adaptation phase to fully integrate, yet I discovered an immediate fondness for the modified profile they crafted, lending a sense of completeness. So, My darling, what's the sensation like to suddenly boast a 40D silhouette? She bantered lightly, her voice laced with loving amusement. It's a form that numerous people would aspire to achieve through various means. They're considerably more substantial than I had preconceived, and the balance feels quite distinct, I confessed candidly, adjusting my stance to acclimate. You'll acclimate sooner than you might expect, she comforted with assurance, her touch lightly correcting my alignment. Simply bear in mind to draw your shoulders rearward and uphold a tall posture. Exemplary carriage is the cornerstone of elegance and confidence. She then led me to the cosmetics station and initiated her skilled application on my facial canvas with concentrated care. I've been contemplating a subtle refinement of your brows for an extended period, she commented in a teasing fashion, her implements dancing precisely. When she concluded, they presented as notably more slender, molded into a gentler, arched configuration that imbued my expression with added tenderness and approachability. She illustrated the methods for sustained upkeep, stressing, exercise restraint to avoid excess removal or alteration. The objective is merely to preserve a clean and defined appearance without overdoing it. I'll be relying on you to sustain this enhanced style consistently, understood? I assented with a nod as she revealed a fresh cosmetics assortment. This complete compilation is tailored exclusively for your use, she announced. I chose it with precision to align flawlessly with your complexion and undertones, eliminating any need to dip into my personal supplies henceforth. If additional products or replenishments become necessary at any point, simply voice it to me without hesitation. She meticulously demonstrated the technique for layering the primer and base coats, specifying the optimal brushes for each phase, how to attain flawless integration for an airbrushed effect, and strategies to emphasize my innate facial attributes in the most complimentary manners. She allocated nearly 3/4 of an hour to my eyes specifically, educating me on hue selection and application, precise liner techniques, and mascara layering for volume and harmonious, restrained approaches that elevated without dominating. During our nocturnal ventures or formal evenings out, I'll guide you through incorporating more intense, dramatic palettes to match the mood and setting, she supplemented considerately, preparing me for diverse contexts. Subsequently, she unveiled the selection of lip hues, exceeding a dozen varied options arrayed for choice. Today, we'll employ a vivid raspberry tint since it will synchronize impeccably with the varnish destined for your nails, she clarified. Commence invariably with the contouring pencil. It acts as a safeguard against smudging and imparts enduring definition even as the primary shade diminishes gradually over time. She subsequently disclosed, considering your current nail length falls short for intricate designs, we're venturing to the commercial hub today for professional enhancement and styling. Oh, you're pulling my leg. I'm not prepared to appear publicly in this configuration, I voiced with mounting unease. Sophia, she countered calmly. Reserve your verdict until I've finalized every element of your presentation. You may find your perspective shifts dramatically. She continued her endeavors undaunted and then proclaimed, Now, addressing your tresses, and I possess yet another enchanting revelation for you. She fetched a neatly boxed item containing a freshly customized mane extension. Though your natural strands possess adequate extension for manipulation, until we secure a specialist appointment for comprehensive styling, this will function as an excellent temporary measure, she described, positioning the extension upon my crown and fine-tuning it with expert precision to blend seamlessly. She withdrew a pace to evaluate and smiled broadly. It's flawless. You resemble a luminary from the entertainment realm. The fusion of the cosmetics and the extension rendered me speechless. I appeared radically altered, softened lines, delicate allure, and wholly disconnected from my standard identity, as if beholding a refined alter ego. She noted my dumbfounded look and remarked with sincere warmth, I always intuited this facet of you lingered just below the surface, awaiting its moment. I'm elated that she's finally emerged to engage with us fully. Before advancing to the outer layers, she introduced one additional component. Every selection I've made for you is inherently feminine and tailored to hug your form closely. Despite the commendable slimming you've achieved through dedicated efforts, We're going to subtly augment and sculpt your contours for an even more harmonious effect. She extended an ebony lace contouring brief featuring gentle compressive assistance that molded softly without restriction. It embraced snugly upon donning, profoundly modifying my profile in a manner that was both evident and flattering. Although it felt constrictive initially, requiring a brief adjustment, it yielded an impeccably uniform appearance beneath overlying garments, eradicating any irregularities or lines. Lila then escorted me to the wardrobe, where the fresh acquisitions dangled in organized splendor. "Select an attire a lady might opt for during daytime pursuits," she directed, "and factor in the base elements you're already adorned with to ensure tonal and stylistic cohesion." I chose a restrained sapphire frock with understated embroidered accents, assured it would harmonize with the deeper nuances of my intimate layers. A superb choice indeed. "Don it now," she prompted, aiding with the rear closure. I performed minor tweaks for optimal fit and strode to the reflective surface. The frock wafted gently around my lower limbs, concluding gracefully just above the knees in a fashion that balanced modesty with freedom. The comprehensive aesthetic was one of refined softness, polished elegance, and a startling degree of innate authenticity that caught me off guard. Lila grinned widely as I lingered in silent contemplation, assimilating the visage of an individual who scarcely resembled my prior self, akin to entering an alternate dimension. "To finalize your ensemble and unify it all," she stated, proffering a duo of sleek sapphire pumps. I allocated over 25 minutes to mere admiration of the complete reflection, pivoting to capture diverse perspectives, while Lila observed with understanding patience, granting me the time to internalize the transformation. It was profoundly overwhelming to behold myself reconfigured so comprehensively, each facet contributing to a unified and persuasive presentation that defied my expectations. "Currently," she interposed softly, "considering how delicately and femininely you've been curated, I think your former moniker no longer adequately encapsulates this instant or this iteration of you. Do you possess a milder, more apt alias that resonates with this shift?" "Sophia," I articulated instinctively, sans deliberation. It was the moniker I'd covertly embraced in my inner reveries for innumerable years, a name that evoked comfort. That emerged rather promptly. "It's absolutely charming, and it aligns with you flawlessly," she confirmed approvingly. "Well, Sophia, embodying femininity transcends mere garb adornment. It's a comprehensive immersion. You've dabbled privately in these expressions, but my intention is to propel you to a wholly novel stratum of engagement and genuineness. Henceforth, when attired thus, I anticipate motions that incarnate grace and delicacy, coupled with a soothing, melodic timbre that augments the persona. I'll instruct you meticulously, and we'll rehearse until these become instinctive." Still entranced by my mirrored self, I responded with sincere gratitude. "Yes, thank you profoundly for this chance. This promises to be an extraordinarily enjoyable venture for us." I was utterly exhilarated by the thorough makeover and the innovative sensations the fresh garments elicited, each item fostering a wholeness I'd long yearned. "Let's initiate with honing your gait and stride," she proposed. "You're managing the pumps commendably, but refinement is warranted for added elegance. Integrate a pronounced pelvis sway for fluidity, favor shorter, controlled paces for stability, and position one sole directly for the other in linear fashion for that timeless, composed ambulation." Over the subsequent hour and a half, I navigated the home's various spaces, diligently practicing under her attentive supervision. She illustrated the optimal hand positioning with wrists in relaxed, fluid stance, and how to draw cubits nearer the torso to foster a more mellowed, inviting silhouette exuding femininity. She elaborated comprehensively how these polished motions would progressively become second nature, ultimately assisting me in projecting self-assuredness and composure in diverse environments. "I anticipate you devoting at least 4 hours daily to this refinement," she specified with encouraging firmness. "Yes, I can certainly accommodate that," I assured. "Now, transitioning to your vocal delivery. Your inherent tone possesses sufficient gentleness as a base, But let's mellow it further for that ideal feminine cadence. We rehearsed expressions, emphasizing deliberate, mellow speech infused with warmth and delicate nuance, adding expressivity. Post-substantial rehearsal, she nodded approvingly, countenance satisfied. "This is the caliber and manner I envision for your utterance presently," she remarked. "Persist in rehearsal until it flows effortlessly, integral to your communication." "Understood," I responded, embracing the refined timbre intentionally. Lila smiled broadly, delighted with advancement. "We've committed the full day thus far, and luncheon remains unconsumed. Grasp this and accompany me." She extended a novel handbag, elegant and functional. "Destination?" I queried, hushed, curiosity anxiety-tinged. "Your timbre progresses splendidly. Sustain that, Sophia." She encouraged supportive nod. Query unaddressed, I pressed anxious. "As stated, famished. And nails professional bound." "Mercy, Lila, reconsider." I implored earnest. "Cease hesitation, Sophia. Behold mirror, you stunning, fulfillment known. Issue underlying. Outdoor anxious genuine. Confess openly. Surmount initial unease timely, supportive tone. Invested profoundly self-expression facilitation, boundless space creation. Minimum return, companionship pleasure permit, joy shared. Core, outdoor yearning harbored, resistance absent probable. Lila casual denim, woven blouse, flats opted, contrasting elaborate pumps ensemble, spotlight accentuated. Lila, casual choice, why my pumps full garb? Sophia, replied, palm clasped, reassuring grin conveying thoughtfulness. Day thine's celebration transformation. Focused divert nay. Ally supportive mirror, sidelines cheering. Vehicular guided gentle firm. Process swift, vicinity departed. Bustling streets navigated hub commercial en route. Lila noted anxiety visible, hands fidget, breaths quick, and conscious comfort provision, worries ease. Sophia, radiant lovely detail every. Sooner embark regret absent. Dimension novel explore share. Mutual pastime, passion shared. Veritably camaraderie depth add relationship. Marvelous worth cherishing? Absolutely. Profoundly grateful deeds make possible every. Patience exercise feelings navigate. Anxiety wave genuine. Silly aloud said. Light affectionate laugh tension diffuse. Reason absolutely no harbor nervousness adventure this. Recall, side every step, support companionship offer. Navigate beautifully, doubt no. Mind I picture individuals genuinely impressed captivated glimpse catch striding poise such. Scenario imaginative duo hearty laugh share. Shoulders tightness loosen fraction. Relaxation sliver seep allow. Stepping role closest girlfriend day. Enthusiasm went. Essential mindset adopt fully. Think would converse vain. Nuances delightful shared experiences women cherish bond such savor. Challenge up believe? Effort best give certainly. Topics kinds typically conversations those up come. Inquired. Learn adapt eager. Sense give. Elaborated. Women engage discussions fashion choices garments often. Excitement shopping excursions. Personal beauty regimens tips. Plans upcoming aspirations. Hobbies various joy bring. I occasion touch upon individuals appealing charismatic particularly. Really different all not males casually comment people attractive noteworthy social settings. Embody convince role truly perspective mindset immerse key authentic natural feel making. Situation dreamlike unfolding almost. Long-held aspiration imagination recesses materializing eyes before. Guided expertly wife own mentor exploration this become. I occasion rise truly believe. Affirmed confidence growing. Actually Lila progression smooth positive how given. Sophia extend week full additional could perhaps. Time vacation and used some still. Contributions remote allows work flexible basis. Proposal that thoughts your? Fantastic inspired idea absolutely. Responded delight evident. Vehicle maneuvered space available ease. Morning first thing workplace contact arrange ahead go. Week entire secure off time dedicate dynamic this exploring further. girlfriend's acquaintance deepening. Ignition switched off. Me turned warm, inviting smile radiated excitement genuine. Moment vary this. Center shopping step about word venture out girlfriends close pair as. Elements practiced weave all mind keep. Posture proper confidence exudes. Grace with walk refined. Charm adds to voice soften that. Constantly self-remind Isabella this moment you. World her inhabiting fully today. Shoes her into stepping confidently experience, embracing. Ready ever be I'll as, declared. Breath deep steadying draw self-center. Vehicular exited. Sophia alongside entrance mall toward walking began. Vulnerability sense washed immediately. Exposed so feeling attire elegant Mayan pumps elevated. Particularly relaxed jeans flats her, with contrasted appear effortlessly casual her maid. Attire dressed up bit more opt had you wish really, breath under whispered. Solidarity some seeking. Outfit choice my yourself concern, don't all at. Instead, steps smaller deliberate those taking focus, hips in sway gentle incorporating flow enhance. Better much that's, movement your transforms house see? Undulation hip emphasis intentional resulted becoming noticeably tinier measured steps my. Expansive lot crossing eternal seemed, moment each stretched navigated surface uneven I as. Heels my pavement hard against sound resonant distinct produced ears Mayan echoed, footfall every attention drawing. Equilibria maintaining intently concentrated stance upholding rehearsed weed, soul one ensuring other for precisely landed lines straight elegant, manner ladylike proper in purse, new my gripping while. Mine this contoured silhouette newly felt unfamiliar entirely inevitably gaze drawing, passerby every notice change might as if. Entrance malls approached as, gentlemen young polite graciously us for open door held. Their hello, damsels, greeted warmth courteous. Responded both smiles appreciative polite, thanks threshold passed as. Charming quite isn't he Sophia? Lila whispered conspiratorially inside, were once. That to respond how entirely not I'm sure. Back murmured, shyness flush feeling. Suppose I yes well. Him attractive maid that I are caught specifically what? Probed playfully, engage me encouraging. Honest be to well. Face his uplit that smile pleasant really possessed. Demeanor approachable friendly overall ease it put me that. Timidity hint with replied, roll into stepping. On spot that's precisely. Direction you're in glance subtle directed, he way catch you did, and? Attention particular that inside feel you made how? Unexpected strange but was it, way nice flattering kind simultaneously, but. Once for noticeable truly feel me made it, moment that in attractive scene as were I if as almost. Sophia, understanding with softly responded. Women many with deeply resonates that sensation exact. Skin own ones and appreciated valued beautiful feel desire universal that about it's. Test informal little, very first you're navigated successfully just you've. Hours have to, and ensuing the acquired immersed ourselves just authentic inseparable girlfriends outing carefree on pair like. Conversations are flowed naturally topics around like designs dress various, complexions different flattered that palettes color, occasions different for tip styling, look any elevate could that accessories assortment in. Role active took even handbags stylish new select with Sophia assisting preferences her suited perfectly that. Shoppers numerous encountered passers by mall throughout. Observations light-hearted exchanging comments intimate playful manner typical confidence close sharing day out. Pain store expansive and reflection own my glimpses fleeting adored absolutely by strolled we as, curated thoughtfully, so been had appearance my way the step each with fabrics fluid movement the time short such and self usual my from travel distance incredible the reminder constant as outfit complete the. Anxiety's initial sun the under mist morning like dissolved gradually, within for me filled that excitement glowing warmth away giving. Studio nail, at slot dedicated scheduled we later for, area court food bustling from salads crisp fresh enjoy pause then. Manner refine the in legs crossing, instructed had Lila seat into lowered deliberate care with, teachings her nuance every recalled ensuring composure maintain. Sessions practice dedicated all weave input have fruit born truly, pride with remarked. Ease natural such with yourself carry you now. Seamless, authentic, genuinely it's. Light this in you observing eyes my opened wider, even has self-happiness, sense your to vital, how eyes my opened. Enjoyable, fulfilling, incredibly outturning is experience entire this believe hardly I. Well is it finding you, Lila? World and outbeat to feels liberating, wonderful depth how fathom cannot truly you, desires inner my with closely aligns so way presenting, this lens through me perceive others have to, possible thought never I that dream cherished outliving to akin its. Confidence unprecedented level and feel I surging me through, happiness pure with coupled self authentic my with aligned more being of sense profound a before life my in ever then. Reality this making for gratitude extent full my convey possibly earth on how. Gestures elaborate any or thanks require don't I, sincerity gentle with responded. You from need truly I all is me in trust unwavering your, and together this navigate we as guidance my heed to willingness a path this along you support continue privilege me allow. Return and ask, I think only the that's. Face my across spreading smile sincere with replied I, yes. Suggest or request you whatever, through follow I'll because reservation without you in trust complete my place I, confirmation seeking inquired she may can you promise all it that is? Uphold intend I promise heartfelt a doubt without yes is. Meals satisfying are following. Days phase next the for ready rendezvous scheduled honor to studio nail to way are made we, adventures days the of. Hour half a, and subsequent the course over, Lila skillfully me persuaded professional nail extensions out trying into venture to treatment pedicure full with along. Transformation my scope the expanding even further. Everything else complement to manicure beautiful a, with together put and refined impeccably so appear you'll, charm convincing with enthused she. Session the concluded when enhancements acrylic elongated with emerged eye fingernails my on, look cohesive for color lip my vibrancy the matched that shade in meticulously painted, hue harmonious soft identical the in adorned toenails my, and together aesthetic entire the tide that. Process wholly unfolded in manner that felt almost otherworldly dreamlike and energy affirming positive most the with infused was yet wonder blissful of state in me leaving events days the at.